Hi, this is a Photoshop tutorial on how to prepare a drawing to be painted in Photoshop. So let's get started. I've painted a picture for the background of my phone. So let's take a look at the end result and what we're going to be making today. And that's what it looks like. So what you're going to do to start off is do some hand drawings with pencil. And then once you're comfortable with what it looks like, go over the entire thing with a Sharpie pen. And once you've done that, you can scan it into your computer and open up Photoshop, and we're going to take it from there. So open up Photoshop and double click to open a file, and then in your computer you can find your scan. There's mine. So you're going to open it up, and the first thing you need to take note of is if you scanned it in black and white, then it's automatically going to be set to grayscale and you won't be able to color it. So the first thing you want to do is go to Image, Mode, and see how grayscale is clicked off. We want to change it to RGB color. So now that that's done, next thing you want to do is go over to the background because it's locked and we want to be able to edit that. So make a layer from background, and you can call this the drawing, the outline, whatever you want. Okay, next press C for your crop tool. And we're going to crop the image so it's a little bit more appealing to look at while we edit. Press enter, and it's been cropped. Now you can press V to go back to regular cursor, and we'll get started. So now what you're going to notice is that the outline is slightly dull compared to the one in the finished product. We want to make that solid black. The other thing is we need to get rid of all the white space so that we can create a new layer and we can paint underneath that layer. So to do that, what you're going to want to do is select your magic wand tool, which you can do by coming over here, or you can press the shortcut, which is W on your keyboard. So go ahead and you're going to hold shift while you click so that you can select more than one area at once and select all the white space. Okay, now that we've selected all of the white space, we're going to delete that. So all that we're left with is that gray outline. You'll notice that there's also some areas that weren't properly selected by the magic wand, so we can press L to get our lasso tool, then hold shift so that we don't deselect everything that we just took a lot of time to select. And you're just gonna outline that, and it selects it. The next thing you'll notice is if you accidentally did click somewhere else with any type of selection tool, don't be alarmed, you don't have to redo everything, just press Alt Command Z to go back, and it's something similar on the PC. So, and if you don't know the shortcut, you can always go to Edit and step backward. So now that our selection is done, press the Delete button on your keyboard, and that will move all the white space that we just selected. If there's any remaining white space, you can select it with that you may have missed. You can select it with your wand tool and delete that now. And now you do not want to deselect yet. We're going to go to Select, Inverse, and now we've inversed the line. So you want to bring your primary color to black, and you're going to go to Edit, Fill, use foreground color, or you can select black, and we're going to make that black. Now you can deselect, and everything will be nice dark crisp lines. Right now you can take advantage of this time to go around and take your eraser tool, which is E, right click to adjust the size, and you can go around and very carefully clean up any edges that you may have that may look blotchy from when you drew it with your Sharpie, or for example right here. For time's sake, I won't do too many of these, but if you want a better finished product, you can go around and clean up those edges. And you'll also notice our unfinished lines that you may have missed. So like here, you might want to press B to select your brush tool, resize that to approximately the same size, 7 pixels looks good, and draw that in. And these will just make things easier as we go through the drawing. So let me do a couple more of those and we'll move on. Okay, so that looks great. Now we're gonna make a new layer, and we're gonna double click to rename, and we're gonna rename this layer background. And drag that layer behind your outline. And now we're gonna select a color. I'm gonna use something similar to the one we used in the picture I showed you that I've already done. Something like that. And just paint your background on. And I'm actually gonna pick something even a little bit lighter. It's just a bit too dark for my taste. There we go. And that looks good. So press V to come back to your cursor. And we're gonna make another layer. Rename this layer Paint. And put it behind your outline. Now we can start painting our character. So you can pick whatever colors are fitting to you. So let's start with the skin on this character here. Let's pick a nice fleshy color. That looks good. And hold Command and Spacebar to get your zoom tool, and click a couple times to zoom in on your area that you're going to be working on. And then B to get back to your brush, which we need to scale way down. Something like that looks good. And make sure you are on your paint layer and not your outline layer, because that way you're not going under your lines. So no, you want to stay mostly within the lines. And go ahead and fill this in. Now, anywhere where you've gone outside the lines, press E to get your eraser back, bring the size up a bit, and we'll carefully go around and clean up the edges. And remember, we only have the paint layer selected, so you are not erasing any of the lines, so you can kind of half go on those black outlines, and you'll know that you're getting all the paint without erasing your outline. Now, once you're happy with that, go ahead and finish all these surrounding areas, such as the other arms and the legs. And then next, what you want to do is press the eye button, which is your eyedropper tool. You're gonna click on that, and that will select that color. And bring up your color palette, and you want to pick a slightly darker, a noticeably darker version of your color. So there's the current one, and that's the new color that we just made. Go back to your brush tool, and now we're going to do the flesh over here. So you'll notice now that there is a shadow effect because of the darker colors, so you want to keep that consistent. Any colors that are on the axes where you have your lighter skin tone, that's where you want to put the lighter color, and then you get a darker version of that color using the eyedropper tool to select the light one. Then you change to a darker shade, and then you can color in the next side. If you keep that consistent throughout, you should have a really nice lighting effect in the final product.